Welcome back, my king and queens. It is Queen of QueenSheeMee, and today I wanted to come to you guys with a natural hair update. I know I haven't done a natural hair update for quite some time. One, because you guys, I really don't change too much in my routine, and also two, you have to, actually learn your hair and actually, just take time with your hair, and that's the only way you're really going to see what works for your hair and what actually doesn't work for your hair. So we're just going to go right ahead into this video so that way it will not be long. And I just want to go ahead and throw it out there. If I sound kind of nasal, it's because I've had a cold all week, you guys. So that's why I hadn't uploaded any videos this past week, because I was just really under the weather. It was really busy at work. I had a lot of interviews to conduct, and it was just mad crazy. So I didn't have time last week for YouTube, which I was pretty bummed out, because I love talking with you guys and I love posting content for you guys because you look forward to it every week. So I do apologize for that. What I do want to discuss in this video is just kind of like backtrack as far as like my natural hair journey. So I started transitioning back in November 2014, and prior to me deciding to transition to go ahead and be natural, I had already stopped using heat on my hair. I would say about 6 months to a year prior to, and I had not had a relaxer on my hair for about a year, probably a year and a half. I just really didn't know what I wanted to do with my hair. I really couldn't do anything with it really, because it was just damaged and I just was not happy with it. So that's why I decided to go through the transitioning journey versus just a regular big chop, because for one, I really didn't have that much new growth. And then two, I wanted to also just be prepared for when I actually did big chop. For being, fully natural, I would already know pretty much how to nurture and take care of my hair. So fast forward to 2015, on Easter Sunday, April 5th, I big chopped my hair, and if you guys are interested in seeing that video, I will link it down below, even though I think it is linked down below, but just in case, I'll make sure it is listed down below. Like, I was so happy that I did transition, because when I big chopped, it was just like, it was just a liberating feeling. And I tell anyone that, like, when you actually cut your relaxed ends off and then your hair starts to flourish just all of a sudden, like a few weeks later, you really do see why, your hair was not giving you that love that you was looking for, because it was just fucked up. Fast forward to now, it is August 28th of 2016, and I'm now a year and 5 months natural, and my hair like flourished, you guys, like no lie. The initial products that I was using when I was transitioning was the Cantu line, and you can find them in Walmart. It's a pretty good line, especially for those who are just really trying to try out new products on their hair and they don't really have the money for like high-end natural hair products per se. So Cantu is a good brand. And then I discovered Shea Moisture while I was transitioning, and then after I started using Shea Moisture, I started using the As I Am line, and then I finally discovered Eden, and then ever since then I have been an Eden Body Works girl. Like, no lie, y'all, like that is my holy grail, ride or die. I love Eden Body Works. As far as like my natural hair, it is pretty long. The front pretty much comes down to my chin, and then the back is like almost pretty much with as long as I pull it down, it's probably almost midway to my back, you guys. And the shrinkage is real when you have natural hair. So if you're struggling with your natural hair, my advice for you would be, do not give up. You might need to figure out what is working for you and what is not working for you, because sometimes your regimen can be the problem and it isn't your hair. It's probably like the lock method that you're using, probably the products that you're using, like, and also the way that you apply the product to your hair as well. It will have a significant impact on your natural hair journey if you really do not have a good natural hair regimen. Okay, so as far as like my weekly routine with my natural hair, I would typically say I do a hot oil treatment once a week. I pre-poo every single time I wash my hair. I never miss that step. I pre-poo using coconut oil. You can use any other oil that you would like. I wouldn't recommend using the Jamaican black castor oil for a pre-poo, because it's just so thick. So I would use a different oil for your pre-poo, and then I use Jamaican black castor oil for a hot oil treatment at the same time. And then I only shampoo my hair still on an as needed basis, but lately a lot of hair care lines have came out with shampoos that have a lot of oils in them, so I've kind of gravitated towards shampoos versus co-washes. But Now that the weather is getting ready to change, we're going from summer to fall, I will definitely jump right back into co-washing because you do not want to strip your hair of its natural oils. I want to make sure that my hair stays fully hydrated, nourished. I just want to make sure that my hair is in a very good state when the weather decides to change. And it's going to change probably within the next few weeks here in Florida. It's still pretty humid right now because we're in hurricane season, but I know within the next few weeks the temperature is going to start cooling back, and we'll still have humidity. We always have humidity year round, so that never changes. I still shampoo, I still co-wash. You definitely want to make sure you use a pre-poo, and I always do a hot oil treatment. I never miss that stuff every single week. And with doing a hot oil treatment, you guys, it really does help with your natural hair journey because it gives your scalp that extra TLC that it needs throughout the week, because you know you're sweating, you know you're doing your errands, you know you might have dry scalp, you know you never know what your scalp may decide to do throughout the week because it all depends on what you are actually doing throughout the week. So that's why I'm always a big stickler about doing a pre-poo, a hot oil treatment, and going along with the shampoo and or co-wash. You always want to make sure that you're using a deep conditioner. If you don't do anything else, make sure you use a deep conditioner. That will definitely give your hair that extra TLC that you're looking for, because I'm a natural who likes to deep condition overnight, and I mean I do this every single week. I used to be the type when I first went natural that I would deep condition, you know, probably about 30 minutes to an hour, you know, sit under a hooded dryer and then going about my, you know, day with styling the rest of my hair. But now I make sure that I deep condition overnight, and for my hair it made a significant difference, especially with the softness and the way that my hair retains moisture as well. Ever since I started deep conditioning overnight, you guys, like I really have noticed a significant difference in my hair. So that's why you don't have to do an overnight deep condition, but that's just my personal preference because that's what works for my natural hair regimen. Since it's the summertime, I typically do a wash and go the next day, but now that the weather is getting ready to change, I will not be doing that anymore. So I'll probably be changing the way I'll probably be changing the days that I actually wash my hair. So if I decide to do a deep conditioning overnight, it'll probably have to be on like a Friday or a Saturday night, so that way the next morning I can get up and style my hair accordingly without it, you know, having to do a wash and go. During the fall and winter months, you do not want to be walking around with a wet head. So yeah, you definitely want to make sure that you're not doing that in the winter months because it's not good for your natural hair either. I'm trying to think of what else has changed in my natural hair regimen. I switched between, now when I'm doing the lock method, I switched between oils. And with the oils, I have lately been using just a regular castor oil, not the Jamaican black castor oil, but just a regular castor oil. And then I also go in with an almond oil, and I like those two oils, and I just switch between the two. I don't typically use the coconut oil to use in my lock method because I used it as a pre-poo, so I really don't feel the need to use the coconut oil again because I like to just use it strictly for a pre-poo. Again, everyone has their preference. Now I must say, as of lately, I am guilty as charged for not trimming. You guys, I have not trimmed my hair in about 3, maybe 4 months, and typically you don't have to trim every month, but probably every month and a half, every 2 months. So I've let my hair go a while without trimming, and that is not good, honestly, because if you're not trimming regularly, then your hair won't grow as quickly as it could possibly be growing. And I noticed that when I do trim my hair, it does boost like how fast my hair grows. Like you can notice that your hair is growing, I'm telling you guys, especially again if you have a good natural hair regimen. And I have not trimmed my hair. As you can see, you might be able to see some of these like scraggly ends, as I call them, scraggly ends, like this one right here. That is not like that right there. All that needs to get cut off. It needs to be trimmed away. So again, I haven't been styling my hair in 2-strand twists because I've just been doing a lot of wash and goes. So wash and goes will prevent you from trimming your hair after it dries. I plan on doing a protective style pretty soon, probably within the next 2 to 3 weeks, because again the weather is changing. Protective styling is important as well as trimming. They go hand in hand, honestly, because trimming your hair protects your hair because it protects your hair from having any of the damaged ends travel up the shaft of your hair, and you don't want that. If you start having damage travel up the shaft of your hair, that's more hair that you will eventually have to trim off, which you do not want. You want to retain length. You're not trying to lose length. And using a protective style as well is a good alternative to actually protecting your hair as well, because it tucks your strands away. You won't have your hands and hair syndrome like I tend to do. I have to catch myself, because sometimes you're like, oh my gosh, my hair is just popping today, and you're just doing all like this, and that is actually causing your hair to it creates damage because it's tension, and you don't want that. Speaking of that as well, you guys, I'm just going off the top of my head. Even though I had my notes though, it's not really what I was wanting to go off of. The other thing too that I do as well is to detangle. I make sure I detangle every single step of wash day. When I'm doing my pre-poo, I detangle. When I'm doing my shampoo or my co-wash in the shower, I am detangling. And I do not use a comb, you guys. I use my hands. And I come to find that I think that's why my hair has really grown the last 6 months, because when I hit that 1 year mark in April of being natural, my hair was not this long. It was nowhere near this length. It like boomed like after that 1 year mark. I don't know why, but I think because around that time I started actually finger detangling my hair a lot more. You know, I would make sure I put my hair in appropriate sections, you know. And if you notice that your hair is thick, you guys, don't just try to detangle in 2 sections. Go ahead and detangle them into 4 or probably 6 sections. It all depending on, you know, the density of your hair. Because I mean, if you know your hair is thick, you know, you're gonna have to make sure you detangle it. And if you're rushing through your hair to detangle, it's not gonna work. It really is not gonna work. It's gonna do more harm than good. So just make sure that when you are washing your hair and you know you're gonna have to detangle, you know, you may have like a lot of single strand knots or whatever the case may be, you know, just make sure it's on a day where you're not tired. Because if it's on the day that you're tired, you're not really going to want to be bothered with your hair. You're going to be rushing through it. You're going to be yanking and pulling on it. And that's not showing you any love. It's just causing a lot of tension and damage. And you don't want that. So if you don't finger detangle and that's just not your thing, that's fine. I still have my wire tooth comb. And I use it every now and again. You know, I don't use it all the time. I primarily just use my hands. I mean, especially when you're in the shower and you're letting the water run through your hair on its own. So just slide your fingers through your hair in the shower, you guys. It's a breeze, I'm telling you. I cannot wash my hair in the sink. I can't do it. My hair's too long. I don't want my hair down in the drain anyways. I think that's disgusting. I'm trying to think of, is there anything else that I've been doing differently in my natural hair? Because I really haven't changed too much, except for I do a lot more finger detangling. I'm very anal about my deep conditioning now. I deep condition for about 6 to 8 hours. And I always make sure I pre-poo, which I've always done since I was transitioning, as well as doing a hot oil treatment. So that's pretty much it, you guys. I really haven't changed too much up, you know, in my natural hair regimen. I just try to keep it as simple as possible, and I just try to cater to my hair, and I just pay attention to it. The more that you actually, you know, interact with your hair and not just try to tuck it away, you know, just put a wig on it, or you're always putting braids in and stuff like that, you're not really going to learn your hair like that. You're really not, because you're not being bothered with it. You don't want to be bothered with it. So some people feel that being a natural is high maintenance. For myself, I don't feel it's high maintenance. I feel like having natural hair is less work than when my hair was relaxed. Oh my God, y'all, the struggle is real when my hair was relaxed. That's pretty much it, you guys, for my natural hair update. Nothing much has changed. If you follow me on social media, then you know already that I use the exact same products all the freaking time. I just made, you know, switch in between certain ones. You know, there's nothing wrong with that, because honestly, all natural hair products are the same. It's just some may have a more fruity scent than the other one. One may have a thicker consistency than the other one. It just all depends. And that's what I like about it. Natural hair is fun to me, if you ask me. And ever since I started my channel here on YouTube, you guys, in November 2014, I always said that my hair goals is to have healthy hair. I'm not really into length, you know, length checks and everything like that, because I mean, at the end of the day, if your hair is healthy, it's gonna grow. So you don't have to worry about the length. It's gonna be there as long as you take care of your hair. If you have any more questions, you guys, or any other like natural hair topics that you may want me to talk about, leave them down below in the comment section. I'll definitely make a video about it, because my channel is mainly focused on natural hair, even though I do come on and do product reviews and etc, etc. My channel is primarily about natural hair. So leave your questions down below. If you haven't done so already, go ahead and subscribe by hitting that red button down here in this corner, baby. And if you haven't done so already, go ahead and hit that like button as well, you guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed this natural hair update, and thanks again for watching my king and queens, and I will see you guys in my next upload.